what I sort of...
Yeah.
I found out when I was riding for Kimmy. We went and watched a race, and I was like, man, it's like they're pulling from him down the straights, like, you know, and it's the Mercedes at that time was just killing it. Yeah. You know, it's insane. Like, it's the car and the team. It's huge.
I was only thinking yesterday, daydreaming about, you know, a million years ago when I used to race.
Yeah.
So that particular whole year I did an Australian Formula Ford circuit. So they're little Formula One-y sort of cars without wings. The lead guy was always leading, and I was always 1.1 seconds off every single lap, right? So I was often 11th, frustratingly 11th.
Yeah.
1.1, but now that I look back, you go like, shit, that's like 1.1 seconds all the time.
Yeah.
So when it comes to road racing and driving, you can kind of hit your marks all the time. You're in this funny sort of dance.
Yeah.
But for you, dude, it's completely different because your track goes away so completely differently.
Yeah.
And some clown might overwater the corner in between heats. And you have to have the ultimate physical stamina to hit your marks every single time.
Yeah.
Because you can, you know, you could be 1.1 seconds off the fastest guy, but the fastest guy just messes up one jump and loses 6 seconds.
Exactly, and that's the thing. You got to be able to read the track. You know, there might be 3-4 ruts in the corner, and there's 40 dudes racing around there for 30 minutes. So, you know, it creates a big hole in the corner. It's that dude that goes out wide and cuts over it up against the tyres where it's all smooth. You know, there's 1.5 seconds in that one turn. You know, there's...
Rika, you got to go to these races. I want to go to one right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gold Coast, man.
When's the next one, though? Do they have them on the Gold Coast?
No, because they messed it all up recently.
Like, that was
somehow.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bugger. So at Reedy Creek, they used to have a motocross track there.
Yeah.
And it used to be, I think, 2 times a week. And they used to start at 6 o'clock. And they'd go on to maybe 8 o'clock. And there was this neighbour that used to complain. Some lady. And so she ended up getting it shut down. And the craziest thing is, like, it was the best thing because everyone's going there after work. Like, it was packed. It was keeping people out of trouble. That's a good thing about our sport.
Yeah.
Is it keeps you out of trouble. So, anyway, it's council land. So now the council have a rock crushing quarry there. And it goes 24 hours a day, pretty much. Like, just...
So does she complain about that too? She does?
The dust, and so it's insane.
So she was better off with
now
the
they build all these other stuff. But you know what? I've mentioned this before. Whenever we get a musician in here, we have a bit of a bitch about how, you can't rock out so much anymore because the council law or the laws on making a sound complaint is that you only need one person.
That's insane.
Not like 5. It should be like 5 people.
Yeah.
Some sort of trigger. Okay, clearly that party's too loud.
Yep.
We've got 4 different complaints from 4 different people. No, at the moment it's just one.
Yeah.
And they have to go, shit, we have to go investigate. So all the pubs get like rated by liquor licensing over one complaint, and they go in, they test everything out, and they...
Yeah.
That's insane.
Bad. So that's what happened at that bike track. So now you've got... Because I remember it clearly, man. I remember at Lawrence Drive...
Yep.
Everyone was buying bikes. There was a whole industry of people buying bikes and parts and tyres and stuff.
Massive.
And getting neck tattoos and getting bro, and wearing your hat sideways, lowering your trucks.
Yeah.
But it's gone away, right?
Yeah, it is.
Totally.
It's dying. And the sad thing is
really?
People are still riding. They go into illegal places and they're getting in trouble and all this kind of stuff. But the thing that bugs me is it's such a cool sport in the way that 12-year-old kid can't go and buy a $5,000-$6,000 motorbike and then pay $20 to fill it up and so on, take himself riding. So in that comes pretty stable families. So then a stable family takes his kid racing, meets up with other stable families. They're not, like, by all means, my parents, we did it tough. Like, if I didn't make money racing, I'd be working. That's just a fact, you know. But I was lucky enough that when I was young, I had a talent and I got picked up and sponsored and we were able to do it. And my family put everything into me. You know, it's one of those sort of stories, and everyone has that story. Casey Stoner and
but they don't on the Gold Coast really at the moment.
No,
you've got Mike Hatches at Arundel. I think it is.
Yeah, and it's sad. That's where I'd like it if the community's got behind it because it's such a good sport in that way where it's families and it's
that's actually a common theme with a lot of Drew's guests. Not the jet boats, the
Thundercats.
Thundercats. They have the same problem. Who else was it?
The council would only let them be in a really weird place opposite SeaWorld Nara Resort.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, these are really fast, like jumping, inflatable boats.
Yeah.
Really cool to watch. I love it.
It's cool to watch, but also, like, if your child, as a mother, if your child is doing something like that, it's so much more wholesome than, hanging out.
I love what you said, man. Yeah. You're right, Rika. I love what you said, is that, like... you've got... Oh, you know what I did today? Looked up their QMP.
Yeah, QMP.
Queensland Motor Park, which is the council-owned thing in Bow Desert.
Yeah.
To see where the summer camp is this year.
Yeah.
18th to the 20th.
Yep.
Because I went last year with my little boy.
Oh, man.
And here I was, you don't just start drinking Jack Daniels if you're at a track with your kids.
That's right, yes.
You just, you know what I mean? You're an idiot if you do.
Yeah.
And you're around a whole bunch of other dads and their kids and mums and that sort of stuff, just like surfing. You're not going to be a heroin addict and get on a board at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that I like is, your kid can go into, say, football because it's a team sport. Your kid can go into football and become a good football player, and you just drop him at the bus stop and off he goes with the team. It gets really lost, and then there's, because a lot of people say, oh, I'd hate my kid to do motocross because there's like the monster girls and this and that, and it's a bad influence. And I said, yeah, but you haven't walked behind the pits yet, where little Johnny goes back, he rides his bike back, and his mum's there, his dad's there, his sister's there, and they're getting up in because he hasn't said thank you on the podium and this and that. It's a good environment.
It's a personal pursuit. Your team in football may have had a bad day, and you go,
yeah.
But racing is a personal...
Yeah. But it's also like with football and... Well, with football... because it is a team sport, you get those competitive parents that, get so frustrated and
you have it in all sports as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it is a thing. But the thing that I like is you're with your parents, so you're not getting like at the track, you're doing your thing and whatever, and you hang out with your buddies and stuff. But you're not traveling home on a bus and pulling up places trying to get chicks and egging each other on. And
I see what
they're in a lot of trouble all the time. Team sports, it's a fact.
I've always exactly. I've always thought religion, any religion team, or it's all blokes, and there's like more than 10 of them. Oh, it's trouble.
Yeah,
it's just trouble.
Yeah,
So to have a nice little family that's traveling with other little families, and they camp out. It might only be an hour of track time.
Yeah,
but you form these little circles and
no, it's cool. It's a good thing.
Oh.
So my boys go, okay.
Where's the next race on the coast? Man, I want to go right now because I just missed Scotty Bannon's race.
Oh, Supercross, that was muddy.
Yeah.
It was like jet skiing.
Did you race in it?
Yeah, I raced that one.
In your team, or is it an open event? Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you go? So fill us in on the whole thing for anyone listening.
Yeah, we won the heat race. So
how many in your heats? Explain it. Pull it apart.
Yeah, so there's, 20 gates, heat races is to qualify for the main event. And so there must have been, let's say, 14 in each heat. And then, 20 make it through. And then you have your main event. So 20 laps main event. And it was raining like crazy. So, we got the heat race win. And then in the main event, we're in third, dropped it. We were back and forth with one of the other competitors.
Why'd you drop it? What happened?
Oh, it was so muddy, man.
Okay. So everyone's dropping it.
I got to show you a photo. It's like, people just... You could hardly jump the jumps. It was it was insane. Yeah.
And what sort of ground is it there? Did they prepare it? I think they did.
Yeah, so the track was made, and it's like a bit of a black clay, so it just sticks like crazy. So your helmet gets that heavy, like the next day your neck muscles are just dying.
Right.
But so it's a clay. But
what sort of tear-offs did you wear?
Tear-offs? Yeah, tear-offs and rollers.
How many can you wear in a go?
21.
Okay.
So we put 21 on. So what a tear-off is, for people who don't know,
I don't know.
You have your goggles, and then they come in a stack of 7. So they might be, let's say, 2 or 3 mil thick, so you can see through it still. They're all stuck together. But then out here, you fold them over, so you'll have 21 of them, and you pull one off, and you get clear vision then, if you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
It's like your sunnies have layers of all this clear.
So instead of having windscreen wipers, you just pull the whole thing.
Yeah, you just pull the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And that's the other thing I didn't mention too. Like in sprint cars, we have tear-offs.
Yeah.
But we're laying in a chair, right, with loads of centrifugal force. So you get round the corner, and power steering.
Yeah.
So just bang, flick one off, bang, the worst you'll have 20.
Yeah.
But for you guys,
why do you need them in sprint cars?
Oh, because really heavy clay tracks, so you can just go start of the race, totally blind, right? Which is exactly the same for these guys.
You wouldn't know this, but I'd love you to experience it. You just come, let's say, into the first corner, and there's 40 bikes coming, right?
Yeah.
So your adrenaline's through the roof, and you might be in second or third, or you might even be 10th or something. And then they'll hit a puddle or something, and it'll just go black. Like, I'm talking, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. So you literally pull your hands off, and you rip it, and it just is that bright that, because it's dead clear again. It's just the most amazing thing.
Wait, so...
Yeah, but it may happen at the start. You're just about to hit a critical jump, and you just get one big blat.
Yeah, you just do it blind.
But wait, Alex, I was going to ask you.
No one knows this shit, though.
No, they do. Well, I've never heard of it, but now that you mention it, it's like, oh, of course. What else would you do? Because you can't, But, like, human nature is, right, like, if all of a sudden you're blinded, human nature is to stop what you're doing.
Nah, we just screwed
the
but like you would now because you're professional at it. But what about the very first time you experienced that? What happened?
You know what the funny thing, when you're young, so I was maybe 6 and 7 years old, you're racing, and so Dad puts 2 tear-offs on.
Yeah.
And I come in, Dad, you can hardly see through the goggles. So I'm looking in between the little spots and that.
Yeah.
You make do.
You got to just pull that thing. That's what it's there for. You know.
So you learn gradually.
I don't want to waste money.
Oh, that's boring.
You're just like hanging on, like too scared to pull it. It's just one of those.
So that was the first experience. You were too scared to. You just
pretty
didn't
much. Yeah. Well, you're racing actually, so you're just trying to beat the dudes. You don't really care about seeing really.
And there's a lot. There's a lot that can be said about races and the racer mentality, and the crap you do, just to get by. You'll look through that spec and think it's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two races that I look back on where I just go, man, like, and I finished dead last, but the very first thing I did is pull every single tear off on the first corner. So I actually didn't see at Parramatta City Raceway. It's got really heavy clay. It's like some of the worst, right? Yep. And because I'm from Brisbane at the time, racing in Parramatta, that was a 10-hour drive in the truck. I can't stop because I miss out on some of those points. Yeah. So I was following legitimate, and the more you scrape with your finger, and by the way, it's like a 190 km/h track. Yeah. And 10-second laps, just like wham. I swear to God, looking back on it right now to you guys, it was on feel and sound. Yeah. Yeah. Just because you see the lights. Yeah. You're going, man, if I could just run over a child right now and have no idea. And somehow, it was on feel and sound. Couldn't see a thing. Yeah. Oh, you do some things. I had a race at Coolum up here. It's a sand track, and I actually hole shot it. It was way back, 2010, I think. I was quite young, and it's a premier class, and I hole shotted, so I was in the lead, and I was leading the thing. I got a front flat tyre. I ain't pulling in for no front flat tyre. So I'm jumping the jumps and stuff with a front flat tyre, and you look back on it now, and things just happen. It's just adrenaline.
Things happen like tyres roll off the rims and grab and throw you over the handlebars and things like this. It's the most dangerous thing out there, but it just worked. And you don't think it, you don't question it, just... Some things you get away with, and afterwards you look back and you just think, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Has any of your footage of what you do made it into the, the Supercross fails videos?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
I got some mad YouTube videos of one when I was in Europe getting cross-jumped over this jump. It was massive. I'll have to show you.
It was for sure. I'd love to see it.
Can someone pull it up now? Did you see the one the other day of an indoor track? It was an event, and someone just kept somehow they just went straight into a roller door. But You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen
I'll
that
find
one.
it somewhere a bit later for you.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be cool if one of your, like, oh, I don't know. Is it a fail, though? Was it a fail? It wasn't.